here. And I created a smart list favorite, so I could just restrict my search for the demo transactions here. And it hasn't gone through yet. We could probably just refresh this and see if it went through yet. Well, let's take a look at previous order here. Okay, so here's an order that went through, and this is also for a green phone. And from here, I will just transfer this order to an invoice. Okay, so I'm just going to transfer this to an invoice, transfer, and click OK. Continue. Okay, so now we could see that this invoice has been created in Dynamics GP. And from here, I could go back into Dynamics CRM and take a look at that invoice. Okay. Let's see. Now I'm just going to go to another account here. And we'll go into invoices. Okay. So from here, we could see that from Dynamics GP, that this order was sent directly to Dynamics CRM as an invoice. Okay. All right. So next, we'll take a look at the Dynamics connector. To do that, I'm going to connect to the server here. And the connector is a user interface to the Dynamics connector service here. From here, we could take a look at the adapter settings first. And with the adapter settings, this is where we would set up the credentials to connect to the web service of Dynamics CRM. And we're also using the Dynamics adapter for GP 2010. So we're also connecting to the GP web service. Let me close that. Right here, we're using predefined maps. And we just use basically 3 of the predefined maps here. And let's just take a look at one of these maps. So I'm just going to take a look at account to customer. So this is the account that we created in Dynamics CRM and created, and it would integrate into a customer record in Dynamics GP. From here on the top, we see real-time statistics. We could see that it's scheduled to check for changes every 45 seconds. And it will also give a log if there's any potential errors. We could just take a look at this log and see if what the error message is. If we want to deactivate any of the maps, we could just click on deactivate here. On the bottom here, we could see that each field is mapped to the field from Dynamics CRM. We could click on, select one of the fields here and select a user-defined field. We could also use constant values, and we could also use functions. And these functions are similar to Excel. Let's see here. Next thing we could do here is, well, I could show you a log here. Okay. So if there was any errors here, it would display here. We could just refresh this list, and we're not seeing any errors right now, but that's where it would show up. Okay. Let's go back into the next slide here, and we'll discuss the connector roadmap.
Thank you, Oliver. So here we see the, let's take a look at the roadmap for the connector. Currently the connector is on Feature Pack 5. Feature Pack 5 supports GP 10, GP 2010, AX 2009, NAV 2009 R2, CRM 4 and CRM 2010 online and on-premise versions out of the box. Previous versions of any of these applications are not supported. The current connector feature set also includes those elements we've already described in some detail, including scheduling, administration, customization, and maps and templates. Moving forward to pretty soon, or Feature Pack 6 will provide out-of-the-box integrations for AX 2012. And moving forward even more, version 2 of the connector will provide enhanced filtering criteria and initial data sync performance improvements. Out-of-the-box integrations will be updated to include a quote integration between CRM and GP. Additional out-of-the-box maps will also be provided to support specific industry integrations. Next slide, please. So where can you find out more about the connector? There's a connector team blog. The blogs contain articles on commonly requested how-to items and tips. You can also view the community's feedbacks on specific topics and provide your own feedback and comments on particular postings. Next slide, please. You can also additionally learn more about the connector on Customer Source. Within Customer Source, you can download the connector, adapters for GP, NAV, AX, and the related user documentation and additional documentation for the connector is also available on Customer Source. Next slide, please. So how do you get the connector? You can simply contact your MIG account manager if you're interested. Through your Microsoft Dynamics ERP partners, you can order this product. Jane's email address is also listed here. I'll hand the presentation back to Jane now, and she can conclude with some comments.
All right, thank you to Gaurav and Oliver. We do have a few questions here from our audience, but before I begin that, I just want to make one quick correction. It's not available on Customer Source. I was just informed, so sorry about that. I'm sure there's some information, but you can always ask us if you have any questions. Again, my email address will be at the end of the slide. And just so everybody knows, we do have a special guest in on the call. His name is Chris Hetzler. He's the Senior Program Manager at Microsoft. So if you have any questions for him at all, he can definitely answer those for you. Let's start with the questions. Okay, one question we have is, how much does the connector cost? So I'll pass that over to you, Oliver.
The connector is basically included with your Dynamics ERP and CRM maintenance plan, so it's already included.
Okay, that's great to know. Second question we have from the audience is, which versions of CRM and ERP are compatible with the connector?
So CRM 4 and CRM 2011, both the online and on-premise versions are compatible with the adapter. For the ERP, GP10 and 2010 are both compatible with the connector as well. They have adapters. And AX 2009 and NAV 2009 are also both compatible with the connector. If the roadmap also showed that with Feature Pack 6, support for Dynamics AX 2012 will also be included with that release of the connector.
Okay, so just to recap, CRM 4.0 and 2011 are included or work with the connector. And for ERPs, GP, NAV, and AX are all compatible as well. Last question that we have from our audience, who will provide support for the connector? So I'll open that up to Gaurav.
Through the Microsoft, your Microsoft Business Partner is obviously available to assist you with anything that you may encounter with the connector. MIG has used the connector in multiple installations. In addition to that, Microsoft Support also directly can assist you with the connector. The CRM team within the Microsoft Support framework handles those type of inquiries and requests.
All right, those are all the questions that came in during the presentation. So if you have any additional questions, just feel free to contact me. I'll get my email address on there again, the next slide. Okay, you can contact me at jsarah@mig.com, again, with any questions. I know sometimes they come up after the fact. So feel free to contact me. And we will email you the recording of this webinar early next week, so you can always refer back to this and watch the demo that Oliver went through. So thanks again for joining us today. And again, a special thank you to Chris Hetzler for being on the call. And have a great afternoon, everyone. Bye-bye.